Usually we get two responses regarding Muraqba, two questions in fact. One, a common problem with Salikin is that they're able to do their tasbihats and they're able to do their mamlats and tilawat, etc., etc. But somehow or the other, a common complaint is, "Ke Hazrat, we are unable to do Muraqba." Now, one must think, why are you unable to do Muraqba? Muraqba is one of the simplest things that you can do, because basically you just sit down in a relaxed condition with your eyes closed and physically you're doing nothing. You breathe normally. You're just focusing on your heart and imagining that your heart is saying Allah Allah. So it's the simplest thing that you can do. But one must think, why is he or she unable to do the muraqba? And this also has a lot to do with your nafs and shaitan, because the benefit of muraqba is such immense that shaitan and the nafs will go out of their way to try it and stop you from doing muraqba, because muraqba is the controlling pin. Once you start doing your muraqba, you'll see barakah coming in your time. And once you start doing your muraqba, by default, you'll be able to do your uh, all five salahs, you'll be able to do nafli ibadat, you'll be able to do tilawat, and your whole day would be filled with barakah, which means in a short time you'll be able to do a lot of things. And once you skip muraqba, you'll see that your targets are about doing tilawat, tasbihat, so on and so forth. You'll start missing them and you'll see barakah going out of your life. So that is why shaitan and nafs try their utmost to try and push you away from muraqba. The other question that I get from a lot of people is the KEFIYAATS during muraqba. Now, what happens is when one sits for muraqba, initially, as I said, shaitan and nafs would try the level best that you don't sit. Once you've sat for it, then they'll make immense effort to, you know, get you up from there. And for that, what's going to happen is that you'll start getting thoughts, things which you've now not thought for years and years and years, petty things, and you're surprised as to how such things are coming to your mind. Such absurd things that you'd be surprised how you're thinking of them in your muraqba while making Allah's zikr. Now, how do we, is that a bad sign? Is that a good sign? And how do we encounter that? Basically, it's a sign that Alhamdulillah, you are benefiting from the muraqba, from the zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is why the nafs and shaitan are worried and trying to put these thoughts in your mind. So the thing is, do we answer these thoughts? Sometimes the nafs says, oh, you're sitting for muraqba just to show off, or you're sitting for muraqba that you want people to recognize you as a big wali or a very pious person. Don't answer back. Don't answer back. You just need to ignore 100%. Let these thoughts just come and go. Pay no attention to them. It's just like a road, traffic passing on the road. Let it pass. Let it pass. Let don't block it. I mean, a slight block it will create a great congestion. So all you need to do is just let it pass. Just ignore whatever your nafs says, whatever shaitan says, whatever thoughts come to your mind. Just ignore and start focusing back on your lesson, like the basic muraqba, when you're just imagining that your heart is saying Allah, 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 and you're just focusing on it, and you're just listening to your heart. That's it. Just listening to your spiritual heart. The other kafiyat which many a times people face is that there's sort of a sleep. You feel like you're dozing off. Doesn't matter. That's part of your muraqba. Just stick to it. Complete your time. Even if you feel that like you've dozed off, no problem. But do complete your time. Do complete all your asbaqs. And another thing is that we often, in trying to focus on our zikr, we tend to tense our bodies, we tend to start making zikr in our heads rather than just focusing on the qalb and just imagining that the qalb is saying Allah, Allah, the heart is saying Allah, and I'm just listening to it. It's just like, when if I say, listen to the fan in your room, and the noise that the fan is making is the point where the noise is coming is from the fan, not from your ears. So you just focus on the fan. So similarly here, your heart is saying Allah, Allah. So you just focus on your heart. That's all. Simple as that. And do remember, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that I am close to the guman of my servant. So whatever we make guman on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah Allah Pak will bestow us that ni'mah. So the benefit of the Muraqba, once we've sat with the niyat of zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is 100%. Don't worry. Even if you feel that you're doing Muraqba incorrectly or correctly, doesn't matter. Just do it. Complete your time. A second thing that happens during Muraqba is, if you're consistent with your Muraqba, then your nafs, after some time, nafs and shaitan will say, oh, you're just sitting here doing nothing. What's the benefit? Wouldn't it be better to read the Quran? Wouldn't it be better to read a tasbih? Wouldn't it be better to pray some nafals? So just think, why does shaitan want you to get off from Muraqba and start reading Nawafil? Well, basically, he knows fully well, once you start doing your Muraqba, your ikhlas is going to increase. So the weightage of the same Nawafil, same zikr, same tilawat in your Amal Nama is going to be much more. Your deeds are going to be much more heftier on the day of judgment because of your ikhlas, because of your sincerity gained through Muraqba. So shaitan will tell you after some time, your nafs will tell you after some time, oh, what's the use? You're sitting for so long and nothing's happening. Don't worry, a lot is happening. You can be absolutely sure of that. And the only problem in our suluk is that there are no point of references by which we can judge ourselves as to where we are. There are no milestones. It's just like when you're sitting in a plane, although the plane moves at a very fast pace, but there are no point of references, so you feel you're quite stationary compared to when you're going in a car from one city to another at a speed of maybe 100 kilometers, and you feel you're going so fast because there are so many point of references that you can see left, right, and in front of you. But nevertheless, the one who sits in a plane is traveling at a much faster speed. So similarly here, Muraqba, you're traveling at an immense speed. Alhamdulillah, you're progressing at an immense speed, even if you're able to realize that at that very moment or not. But with time, you'll see the changes that come from within you. So please consider the Muraqba, especially in our silsila, to be mandatory, not optional.